welcome back to another recoloring tutorial adventure. Really, I haven't done this before. I'm going to try something new with you, and it might be a fail, but I figure if it is, at least it'll be entertaining. So I love these lipsticks. They are the RLR Pop by Amoeba, I want to say. And I did a little research because of course I wanted to find the original files and check the TOU and all of that, and I found out that they're actually already a recolor from someone else, but I think I'm just going to be recoloring these. But I love these. There's lots of different options. There's like bright colors that are like full opacity, so there's 4 different versions. You have low opacity and full opacity of pop and neutral colors, and so I want to make these in the Noodle Sorbet Remix palette. Back a while ago I made my own lips, which you can see here, which I'm pretty happy with. I think they're cute, but I really like the texture on these. But I was doing these back when I was doing PNGs and not the DDS, so I think that recoloring these are going to be much easier. I don't know, we're gonna find out. So I have just downloaded a few of these because I have the merged file, but I feel like I'll need the individual files for recoloring. So I'm going to open up, this is in my Documents, Sims 4 Studio Mods folder, and this is where if you want to recolor anything that's CC, you plop those in here. So let me go to my downloads, and I figured out, I wasn't sure what the L and the F are. The F is because they also have face paint versions, so I'm just going to grab the lips for now, and I'm going to put them in here, and we're gonna try recoloring those. Alright, so I have Sims 4 Studio open. We are going to do a standalone create a sim, just because I don't want the swatches to get too overwhelming, especially since there's already quite a few swatches in the original. And then here I'm going to, nope, I want content to be custom. There it is, lipstick. Alright, yeah. So let's start off with a full opacity, and then I'm just going to see if I can find a nice color to use, because I want something kind of neutral. I'm thinking maybe this one might be a good one. I'll grab a couple in this shade range. Okay, so I just created a new folder for all of that. Is it normal to have it on a kid? Is that what it's supposed to be? I don't know. I'm just curious, like, is it? Okay, it is enabled for everyone. Okay, so this is what we want here. Let's export all of these. And I do have it as a DDS, which will be important for the recoloring part. I had tried recoloring some lips before, but as PNGs, it just didn't work out as well because the selecting where it actually is, because it has a very soft fade out for the makeup, was really difficult. Fun. Okay, so again, I don't know what the best color is going to be, so okay, and then let's see, what would be a good color to test it? I'm thinking let's do the lilac, because it's still kind of lip colored, but it's very different than this. So if it's gonna work, it should be this swatch. Okay, so like you guys know, I like to do a test and try out the actual swatch color next to each of the recolors when I'm picking my base. And I definitely think that lightest color was the best option, because these are all too dark. Although I might use a darker one on some of the darker shades. We'll see like a really deep color. I might do that. So that's pretty close. I'm gonna go ahead and try out running my batch action on this. And so if you don't know what a batch action is, it's basically an action you create for Photoshop. And you do have to create it yourself because it's based off of your folder names and all of that, so it's going to be different for everyone, so you do have to create your own. But I did show you how to do that in one of my previous videos that I'll link up with one of the cards and in the description, so if you're not sure how to do a batch action, check out that tutorial. Alright, so the my action is done. I'm going to go ahead and move this into this folder. So we're gonna go ahead and switch over to our color palette. I'm gonna go ahead and load in all of these. Well, actually, let me load in the first few with you and let's see if I just destroyed everything. Okay. I mean, I feel like I like the original colors better. Like, that just is beautiful coloring, so maybe it's just the fact that the recolor is kind of disguising the, I don't know, like I feel like this looks shinier to me and this looks like it flattened out the shine, but I'd be very curious to see what it looks like in game, especially on Berry Sim. So I'm gonna finish importing these swatches and then we'll go check it out in game. Alright, so I finished importing all of those colors, and they definitely aren't as like beautiful and contrasty, but they could be some really good lips. So I'm excited to see them in game, but I lied. We're not gonna go in game quite yet because I don't really want to take the time to load up my game and then close it, because I also, this is the full opacity version. I also want to do the low opacity version, and I might even do like a dark version, like more of like vampy, because the darkest color is dark, but I went like really dark. So I'm gonna take one of the original swatches that I got, like the darker one, and run the actions on that one and see what those look like, because I want to be able to compare a few things once I get in game. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm just comparing the bases here, and they honestly look very, very similar. This one even looks brighter than the other one. So I don't know if it makes a difference to recolor this particular swatch, or I don't know if there's other like settings in this that made it less bright, or like, I know there's like warehouse stuff. So is it in here? Did they do something in here to make it less bright? I don't know. And I'm realizing without the thumbnails, I'm gonna have a hard time knowing whether or not this is like which one's which. So I might actually only run a couple of the recolors on this, just so that I know like, oh, this is the small swatch, this is the one that's supposed to be the low opacity. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So let's do, I'm just gonna do the first few. So this is definitely what I do if I'm not doing like all the colors. I don't run this thing because it doesn't take too long to do them manually. It's just nice if you're doing them all to have the computer do it for you. So I'm gonna do the first 4 colors. Alright, so let's import those 4. Yeah, I definitely feel like it's lower opacity because those are definitely lighter. I know this doesn't really matter, but I'm just gonna do my best to mimic what these are, and then I'll do like a proper recolor after I check it out in game. Alright, so let's save that one, and then I also want to do like a dark vampy version of that other one. So I'm gonna do the full opacity again, like almost like these ones. So let's take maybe like these 2, and I'm going to run the recolor on those. Well, let's take this one too. We'll see which one looks best. Alright, so I have the 3 swatches that I got because I'm not sure which one's gonna give me the look I'm looking for. So let's see. Like, okay, let's recolor it in the mangosteen and see which one looks the best. Yeah, so that's super dark. Okay. Okay, so I think it'll be this one, but I want to test it out. So let's call this test 1, and let's call this one test 2. And while we're at it, we'll test the 3rd one too. Okay, so let's go ahead, import test 1. Ooh, that's a nice. Import test 2. Test 3. Yeah, so, oops, I didn't mean to do that. 3 is definitely too dark. I feel like I want both. But I wonder what I'm gonna do the second one again, and I'm gonna run the next lower color down, and that would be ideal if it looks something like this. So let me try that. So we definitely don't want 3. Let's do this one, and let's do ube, I don't know what that is, and see what that looks like. So I'm gonna call this 2B, just so that I know it's like from the same base. Oops, not export. Let's import 2B. Oh yeah, I think that'll be perfect. So the second darkest color is going to be not exactly the same, but kind of a similar vibe as that one. And then this one will be even darker, so you can kind of have both. And I probably won't do the lightest 2 colors, but we'll see what that looks like when I recolor it. So I'm going to go ahead and use that second swatch that I did to do all of them, and then I'll meet you back here and maybe show you what some of the swatches look like. Alright, so I just imported the lightest color, and these, I call them vampy because that's kind of the vibe I'm going for. And they look pretty decent, so I'll probably keep them. They're obviously, the swatches here don't really match what they actually look like, but I might fix that or I might just leave it. I don't know. I did want to mention, even if I end up not using swatches, I usually recolor them all, and then if I plan to delete them, oops, that was the wrong color, I'll just okay, let's say if I wasn't doing the brights, then I would just click on this and import those and eventually delete these, but I would keep the swatches in temporarily just because this way the numbers match up with my, oops, I keep typing in the wrong number. The numbers match up with what they're called from the batch action that I created. And as soon as I start deleting swatches, the numbers no longer correspond, so then I actually have to keep it track which number I'm doing, and I don't want to do that, so that's just a little tip. So I'm not going to be lazy, and I'm going to go ahead and update the swatch colors. They're not going to necessarily be perfect because I'm just eyedropping it, but I guess maybe that gives a more accurate color than just using the default ones. Okay, this green swatch is kind of cool. I don't know. I don't know if I would ever wear green lipstick in real life, but I definitely like that really dark, deep green color, and so I would definitely make a sim with that kind of lipstick for sure. So cool looking. This one's also kind of a cool color. So I just wanted to show you guys, obviously everyone has a different way of organizing their mods folder, and mine is still in the actually maybe it's just 1 folder, because I think they fixed it, but back in the day you couldn't have multiple levels of folders, so you'll notice I have a lot of folders just here, and I named them so they would kind of stack. But anyway, I have a specific folder just for testing when I'm creating my custom content. I can throw it in here while I'm testing it out. I don't know if you have something like that, but it's helpful. Alright, so I'm in the game, and we're gonna go ahead and test out some lip colors on some different berry sims and see how they look. So this is Pippa Peacock. She is one of the founders of a previous challenge that I did that I almost want to bring back because she is so cute. Okay, so I think these are the 3 lips that I did. Yes. Okay, so let's try out a few of those. Okay, those are actually pretty stinking cute. Okay, let's see what she would look like. A color similar to her skin tone. Okay, I really like this. This might have been one of the best ideas I've had. Now, I don't always do crazy lip colors. As you saw, initially she had a pink tone anyway, but it's just nice to have options. So let's see what the low opacity. Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna finish recoloring those. Those are beautiful. Love that. Okay, and then let's try the vampy ones. Okay, those are fun. Okay, let's try some in kind of her color tone range. Those are so fun. Oh my gosh, I really like that. Okay, let's go to the next sim. So this is Harmony Celestia. Oh my gosh, someone made her for me and now I can't think of who it was. I feel so terrible. I'm sure I'll pop it back up on the screen. Oh no, just kidding. No one made her for me. I made her. But she is from a Create a Sim Legacy that I'm doing. So, okay, so this is the original version. Let's see if I can find my recolors. And let's try to find a color kind of similar and just compare. So let's compare her with this one. Okay, so let's go back. It's pretty similar, like obviously it's a little bit different, but keeps the same basic vibe. It's like brighter, I would say, but that's just probably from recoloring it. Okay, those are really nice. Let's try some colors similar to her skin tone or her lips. It's like totally like a frosted color. Oh my gosh. Okay. And I know these are just the low opacity. I'll finish those, but I like those a lot. And let's try the vampy ones. Like, she's definitely not one to be able to pull off a vampy look. Well, maybe. Some of these aren't too bad. Oh my gosh, you guys. I like this so much. Okay. So then I purposely pulled in a few other Sims from my Create a Sim Legacy. Like, she already has that vampy lip vibe going, and this is a totally different lip. Sweetly Sims made Lucuma, I think, Visionary for me. So these are the lips that she has. They're pathogen lips. Yeah, so those look really nice, but let's see what we can do with one of my vampy lips and see how they compare. Oh, that's not the right color. Where are they? There they are. Okay. So she is like in this tone. Let's try the deepest ones first. Okay. So those are definitely pretty good. Like, obviously they look a little different than, let me go back, those ones. They're just a different lip altogether. I don't know if I like mine better, but they definitely have that same vibe. Like, these ones have a nice sharp edge, which I appreciate, but those definitely look nice. Okay, let's try them on her daughter. I can tell she has the same. Yeah, so these two were together, and then these two are their daughters. There's another daughter. I deleted her. I'm terrible, but I wanted more space. Okay, let's try it out. Let's try out this one. See, I feel like I like that a lot on her daughter. I'm sure this will be the same. Those classic lips. See what she would look like with some like purple lips or vampy purple. Yeah, I'm liking those a lot. Okay, last time I want to try this out on. She's the founder, so she's I think they got married. She is a wife of Pippa. This is Lamona Ray Halcyon. Yeah, I love her look and her look. I really want to bring them to my YouTube channel because I haven't been playing them for Tumblr, but I want to play them because they're really cute. Let me know if you want to see that. Okay, so she actually has these Dear Solar ones. Those might be another one I recolor because I like those a lot too. But let's test her out. So let's try these. Those are cute. So are those. Let's try some yellow tones. Okay, let's try some vampy ones. Oh, totally. She can totally rock those. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, you guys, I think this was a success, so I'm definitely gonna finish up those lips for the low opacity ones, and then I'm sure I'll be uploading these to my Tumblr, so I'll put the link to my Tumblr in the description. I hope you enjoyed this kind of video. If you'd like to see more of it, please give a thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing. See you next time. Happy simming!